Hi, thank you so much for requesting the 7 Steps to Health ebook. I just wanted to let you know that's on its way and it should be in your inbox shortly. Now, I wanted to share with you the exact solution you need to get rid of your diabetes. But before I dive into that, let me give you a bit of a background information as to why you're still stuck in the same situation. Look, I understand it's a real struggle living with diabetes. Not being able to enjoy those mouth-watering dinners and desserts, not being able to enjoy holidays like you used to, and feeling a bit like a burden for your friends and family. I've seen far too many people going through an imprisoned lifestyle and missing out on those precious times and moments just because of diabetes. But what frustrates me the most is that people are deteriorating their health by taking expensive and dangerous medications from big pharma companies, which can lead to life-threatening problems such as heart attack, stroke, and kidney failure. Many are under the impression that this is the only treatment, which is far from the truth. You see, the big pharma companies are not really interested in our well-being or our health. They are just interested in profiting from our health. You see, the longer you're on medication, the more money they make. What you have not been told is that there is an all-natural, all-safe, and a completely pain-free method. Just imagine for a second. You won't have to do any of that boring dieting. No taking long list of medications, and certainly not pricking your fingers and checking your blood sugar levels. Sounds great, right? Well, let me share with you now the amazing story of Brian and how he overcame his diabetes after suffering for 27 years. A little while back, Brian was in the same position as you. If anything, probably worse. Brian's had type 2 diabetes for 27 years. The worst part of his horrible disease was the severe pain he constantly endured in his feet, to the point where he would avoid walking and going out. Simple tasks like going to the local grocery store, buying bread and eggs, became an agony for Brian. He spent sleepless nights tossing and turning. He felt so isolated, looking out the window, seeing people walking, jogging, and just enjoying the weather. He felt so hopeless. He paid a number of trips to the hospital in hope of recovering. Though he saw some temporary improvements, his situation was not really improving that much. So Brian thought he would take matters into his own hand. He signed up to a special program. After 3 weeks of training and coaching, he could see that this wasn't going anywhere. So then he decided, hey, why not sign up to the health expert? He probably knows what to do. So Brian was given a training regime, a meal plan. He followed that for a while. But about 7 to 8 weeks later, he didn't see much of a change in himself. Lastly, he thought he would sign up to some online courses that made some really big and bold claims. But halfway through the courses, he could see that they were just pure theory, theoretical, and there wasn't much real substance to them. Brian was feeling rather hopeless, so one day he met his old pal in his local coffee shop. They sat together and catched up on things. His friend also happened to have diabetes, but Brian was amazed when he saw his friend taking 2 sugars. He was like, dude, how did you manage to do that? I mean, look at you. You look so great, full of energy. You look fresh, and much happier overall. What have you been up to? Brian was really puzzled. How did you manage to do that? Brian was completely puzzled. And this is when his friend revealed to him the special program he was trying out. And the results he was witnessing were a direct outcome of that program. But Brian still had his doubts. I mean, after all, he did try out a number of things, including some online programs, and that didn't go too well for him. But it also had him thinking, how did his friend look so great? How did he feel so full of life? and he just looked so fresh and rejuvenated. So Brian said, what the heck, I've got nothing to lose. So Brian decided to give this new program a shot. And look at the results. Look what happened. After 1 week, he was feeling fresh, rejuvenated, and full of energy. After 2 weeks, his insulin dosage was reduced by 57%. And after mere 3 weeks, he completely stopped taking all diabetes drugs. And one of the worst things you can do is not to take into account the huge amount of research that proves type 2 diabetes is reversible. So what about Brian then? Well, his blood sugars are now well within the normal range, and he is getting on with his life without the stress and worries he once had. Just like Brian, thousands of other people have removed themselves from the shackles of diabetes and are living a more stress-free life, feeling fresh, rejuvenated, healthier, and overall, much happier lifestyle. Don't let what should have been your best moments in life your worst. You don't need to accept and suffer forever with diabetes. You deserve a far better life. Let me show you the way. Click below right now to see the scientifically proven method that Brian and his friend followed to regain their life.